Hello, fellow knights. Welcome back to another video. I know, it was advertised heavily that about the Hannah Montana 20th reunion. Um, and I was excited because I grew up on Hannah Montana. It was one of my favorite shows back in the day. It was around peak Disney Channel, in my opinion. And I know, I got made fun of here and there by a few people saying, "Oh, you like Hannah Montana? You're just a girl." I don't care. It was peak Disney Channel. I'll still to this day say it was a good Disney Channel back in the day. And then when I saw the trailers for it, I said, "Okay, this is pretty interesting. I might actually give it a watch." I gave it a watch, and outside of the theme song, like Miley Cyrus doing the theme song, which admittedly was cool, it was boring as fuck. But this would have been okay if it was advertised more as more of a documentary per se than a special. Well, I thought it was going to be a special. It was getting all the castmates together, or as many as you can, and having especially the cast make a skit of, okay, where are the characters now? Sure, make the documentary sure that we got it, but advertise that this isn't only going to be a documentary. We're teasing an actual special, a skit that all the cast and crew are going to do. I think that would have been better use of their time on our brain cells because it was boring. I also have Miley Cyrus doing the theme song and bored me to death. Bored me to sleep. And in the special, not all the stars were there. One of them being Mitchel Musso. And he skipped out on the special because it wasn't correct. So let's read as I can get this out of the way. Nearly 4 months after, and keep in mind, this was on June 25th that this came out. Nearly 4 months after Miley Cyrus revisited the world of Hannah Montana in honor of the series' 20th anniversary, her former co-star, who rounded out of the series' main friend trio, alongside Cyrus and Emily Osmond, explained why he decided to skip the event. Of course, they asked me. It wasn't presented correctly. For Musso, a reunion would have only been worth it if he had been asked to return as his Hannah Montana character, Oliver Oaken, for a script production. Thank you, he gets it. The kid in me was banking on it. Do an episode, do a show. The set is still there. They just did it differently, and it is what it is. And it wasn't the right thing. I was busy doing something that was more important. However, if the reunion had been what Musso envisioned, he reasoned that it would have been way more important than whatever he had going on. Quote unquote, it would have been everything. I would have dropped everything. Eat, breathe, sleep. I'm fine and early. I'm gonna be there if it didn't turn out that way. Since Musso, who went on to star in Disney's Bears and Kings on the top voice acting of Phineas and Ferb when Hannah Montana ended in 2011, noted that he'd been waiting 10 years to return to Disney. He didn't find the concept for the reunion alluring. Quote unquote, it's too long of a wait to do it in a way that isn't even close to, in my opinion, correct. Indeed, Musso had no interest simply walking down memory lane. "Quote unquote, I want to feel the part again. I want to put on the little polo shirt and wear the plaid shorts of the goofy shoes. I want to play that character." Meanwhile, Musso wasn't only the only Hannah Montana star to miss out on the 20th anniversary special. While Cyrus was joined by Alex Cooper for a brief interview, as well as her mom Tish Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus's dad, who played her dad on the series. Osmond was, as well as the other main cast members, Jason Earls and Mosai Aries, did not make an appearance. For Osmond's part, it was a matter of scheduling. The 34-year-old shared she was on set of her series Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, so she was not able to present for the taping itself or the March 23rd premiere. So Osmond, besides that she was holding on tight to the Hannah Montana life. "Quote unquote, I'm so proud of it to be part of it. So grateful that you guys still love the show." And she pushed it, "I can't tell you what your sweet messages means to me and all blah blah blah." Okay. No offense to Emily Osmond. We're not talking about her. You guys can watch the rest of the read the rest of the article by your own time. Point is, which we're focusing on Mitchel Musso right now. I agree with Mitchel Musso, and I feel like a lot of people do. Everyone I've been talking to has been saying the same thing. That it should have been a skit to see where the characters were now. Besides interview, oh let's walk down on memory lane. Because again, it wasn't exactly bad of them to do that per se, as long as they promoted it as a documentary. Which again, nothing wrong with that. But I do think that if we were to get a Hannah Montana special, then us fans deserve to have a skit as the special. Keep the special we got now as a documentary type deal. I'm marketed as such. This documentary slash special we're doing is a walk down memory lane. And have in the documentary slash memory lane type deal, T said, "Hey, this is only part one. Part two of the special, because this is a two-part special. The first part of the special is memory lane, interview type style. Second part is going to be a skit, and we're bringing more of the cast back to doing the skit. I think part of the lyrics of the Hannah Montana theme song says that will be the best of both worlds. Do the interview and a skit. And I'm really debating there will be a lot of people wondering, okay, what is Miley Cyrus doing now in the Hannah Montana universe? Now that everyone knows she's Hannah Montana, she's still making music. Does she have kids? Who is the person she married? Are her kids embarrassed of her? Are her kids grateful of her? Proud of her? What is she doing? Like, huge missed opportunity there. And again, I agree with Mitchel Musso. So I think they did it wrong. And like I said, they could have kept the interview bit as part one of the special and announced part two in the part one that we're doing a skit. I believe that would have been generated more eyes on the interview because word of mouth. And then part two could have came out like a month later, 2 months later. I would say a month later to give people time to like take in everything, digest everything before part two comes out. And then people would have been excited to see it then and would have talked about part two for a while. Those who grew up on Hannah Montana, those who are just got into Hannah Montana, it would have been like a multi-generational thing because it would have been like the generation who grew up with Hannah Montana and the newer generation who might have like watched Hannah Montana, let's say, within the last 5 years, and those two generations talking about it. If that makes sense. Again, missed opportunity. So again, Mitchel Musso, I mean, I'm in agreement with a lot of people were. That special was disappointing. I'm hash brown espresso depresso. I say hash brown as my little like fun way of saying hashtag. For those of you who doesn't get it, hashtag espresso depresso of the freaking special. Anyways, like I said, I will put the link in the description below. So if you guys want to read the entire article, you guys can. If not, what do you guys think about Mr. Musso? Do you think he made the right move? Let me know in the comment section down below. I bet he was grateful for Hannah Montana. I mean, clearly it feels like he was. But just disappointed with how the special went. But anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Wonderful day. Kind of one other. I will talk to you fellow knights later.